Hey, what's up? My name is Zash. This is a follow-up video on my Beduw deck that I made yesterday. I've played it out a bit, gone against things like Archaladon and Zard Bolt, Lost Box. There's definitely a few things I need to change in the deck, and this is the update video, so I'll try and keep it short and snappy. If you haven't gone through the original deck list, or I give a further explanation of basically what everything does, how to play it. That's in the other video. Might have a few games also in this video and sort of go through my process of how I play the game. But anyway, let's get to it. So we'll keep it short and snappy, and yeah, we'll go through the changes. So for Pokemon, it's 4 Snorunts, 4 Froslass, a Ditto with Transformative Start, 4 Beduws, 2 Uxie. If you open up with Ditto or can search for a Ditto and get it into the active, then you can get a Beduw. It just helps getting Beduws sort of off the rip straight away. We play 4 Snorunts to evolve into Froslass. Froslass is our damage. Froslass puts a damage counter on each Pokemon with an ability, and it does stack, so you're doing 40 damage a turn. And then we've got Uxie. It can be our win condition. It's a situational card. So Uxie can be our win condition. It can be a good play if they don't have many cards and we can make a crippling move. It depends when we play Uxie. We typically don't bring Uxie on the bench until late game. Very situational, but it has acquired me the wins. So now the differences in this deck. I have dropped the nest balls because we need more supporters because it's a slow game and we run out of cards quite quickly. Got 2 Grushas. We could go 2 Grusha, 1 Professor's Research, but Grusha is good because if we have cards in our hands that we don't really want to get rid of, we can draw up to 5. And if we have no energy on any of our Pokemon, which we run little of, and the only energy attacking Pokemon is Uxie, which we typically keep for late game anyway, we can draw up to 7. So Grusha is really good. Maybe you can swap it out for 1 Professor's Research. I've been debating dropping Xerosic for a nest ball. I might try that. It does a bit of disruption, but I kind of at the same time don't want to get rid of it. So I just got rid of the nest balls, and we've gone for 2 Grusha just to keep consistency going. Yeah, there's a lot of times we have dead hands, and yeah, we just need more draw. Grusha's a great card for that. So to quickly go over it, 4 Counter Catchers. We typically are slower at knocking out enemies, so this can be good for control. We can bring Pokemon forward. They don't really attack, can't do a lot. It's great. We go 2 Pokégears to search for our supporters. Very situational is good because it can get us a supporter. Very situational card. We can get our Ionos for disruption or for us for draw. We can get Arvens, which go into Body Poffin and Handheld Fans, so we can get good setup with Beduws and Handheld Fans. Handheld Fan if a Pokemon attacks Budew. Yeah, you can move an energy to an irrelevant Pokemon like a Dusclops, maybe a Squawkabilly, something like that. So we're disrupting quite a lot there. So yeah, 4 Ionos, 4 Arvens, 2 Grushas, again it's draw. We have 4 Crushing Hammers, flip a coin, if heads, remove an energy from Pokemon. Got more control over them, attacking less. I did mention Hyper Aroma just to set up our Froslasses. So what Hyper Aroma does, you get 3 stage 1 Pokemon, put it into your hand. It's pretty good to get set up, but I feel like we're going through our hand so quickly anyway. I'm setting up fast enough, so I think Unfair Stamp actually is better than Hyper Aroma. The disruption is great. If I do drop this card, I will put a single boss's orders in. There are a couple of times actually where I'm ahead in prizes and I can't counter catch. Maybe I can drop a counter catch down to 3 and go for a bosses, or maybe I drop a Pokégear for a bosses. Not too sure yet. After rotation, I guess Roxanne could be replaced for a boss's orders. I'm going to leave boss's orders for now, but it's definitely something to consider. Where were we? Unfair Stamp. So yeah, Xerosic. Your opponent discards cards from the hand until they have 3. I've had games where they've had about 19 cards in hand, so using Xerosic can really help. Definitely need 2 Night Stretchers. Debating on putting a 3rd one in. Budivs get knocked out quite quickly, quite easily. But when the game goes on, it slows down a lot. I definitely need to keep Budews going. It's also good to get a basic energy from your discard power if you need to retreat out of Froslass. There are times where I've had either Uxie, Snorunt, or Froslass bossed out. So a Night Stretcher can recover an energy and help us retreat. So yeah, it's pretty good. 1 Pal Pad to throw our Ionos back in. Basically just keeping the disruption going until we knock them out over a slow period of time. Bin over Handheld Fan, bin over Iono, bin over Arven, bin over Grusha. Buddy Poffin's your setup, very essential card, need 4 of them. Allows you to get 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less and put them onto your bench. It's our setup. Pretty much all our basic Pokemon are under 70 HP. It's great. The only thing you can't get is Froslass. We were in 1 Roxanne. Again, this deck was sort of aimed to be post rotation, but I'm just using Roxanne for now, just for a bit more fun. As I said, can replace this for maybe a Professor. Maybe you can replace it for a Boss's Orders, but it's great hand description for the time being. If you want to take this maybe to a competitive game, definitely bump this up to 2. Probably drop Grusha or Xerosic and bump this up to 2 if you're, still playing in the current list format or the deck, with the current cards in play. Definitely worth putting this up to 2, but I'm going to replace it, so I'm only relying on 1. 4 Ultra Balls. Ultra Ball is our Froslass search. I don't think there's anything else that can really get us Froslass. Yes, there's Irida. You can use Irida in this deck. I'd maybe drop an Arven down to 3. Drop maybe a couple of Ultra Balls and add a couple of Iridas if you want to play in this format. But again, I want this for post rotation, so I've gone 4 Ultra Balls. And then we've got 2 switches. So we're not just relying on energy to retreat. Switch is good because Arven can search it and it can help us retreat. And also we have Earthen Vessels in the deck, so this is typically used to search our energy to put on Uxie, so it does 20 damage across the board. But we can always use it to Earthen Vessel energy and retreat as well. So we've got our retreat options, about 4. Gravity Mountain, I only run 1 of these. This is mainly to bump Jamming Tower. Now you can use Lost Vacuum. Maybe you can drop this and Xerosic or something else to make room for a couple of Lost Vacuums. That would be good in current meta, but I'm not relying on it because it is again going out of rotation. So I've gone Gravity Mountain. Yeah, drop it on top of a jamming tower, and this helps us take out stage 2 Pokemon like Pidgeot EX, Duskull, which is a bit of a threat. But they'll probably knock us out before we can kill the Duskull. Gets rid of Zard. Well, it doesn't get rid of Zard, it reduces their HP. But yeah, Zard, Gardevoir, all stage 3 Pokemon, they lose 30 HP. So it helps us get to our win condition quicker. And that's now the current deck I am using. I am really debating changing this for Boss's Orders, but I'm not too sure yet. Anyway, so yeah, this is sort of iteration 2 of the deck. Let's jump into some games and see how it goes. I think for this I won't be playing any music. I will go over sort of my thought process and how to play this deck as well, instead of just blasting music and speed it up. So yeah, let's go over it. So we always want to go second, we never go first. It's incredibly important we go second so we can get that Beduw off straight away, and item lock. So always go second, always go second. We also get to use a supporter as well, helps us set up. Yeah. So this is quite possibly the worst start I've had for a while. Oh dear. See what we draw into. Okay, so we're against an Eevee. My priority right now is getting this Snorunt out of the active, but there might be a chance where we just have to sacrifice it. This is bad because now we can't even item lock depending on what we draw. Maybe we get saved here. We get saved. So now my priority is going into Beduw from the bench. We're going to Arven. We're going to look for a switch. I really want support. I mean, I really want to set up, sorry, with Buddy Poffins, but we're in a bit of a sticky situation here. So we're going to do this. We do have 2 Crushing Hammers, so we can still slow the game out. I'm going to put Beduw in the active, put a Handheld Fan on, always on Beduw. Sometimes I'll put it on Uxie or Froslass. It depends on the situation, but 9 times out of 10 you put it on Beduw. We're going to go Crushing Hammers, try and get rid of this energy, slow them down. We failed, not great. Second one. Nice, okay. So now we're slowing them right down. They can't play item cards. They have no energy attached. Let's get rolling. Now when they do attack us, no. This also counters me. I forgot to mention this. The attacks used by each basic Pokemon in play cost 1 more. I've debated putting a second Gravity Mountain in, maybe a tad more energy. This stunts us a bit. But it stunts them as well, a little bit. I think this is just so Bidoof can't do much. Unfortunate. But we do have our mountain. So we're going to mountain Xerosic. Got 2 energy attached. This game is not looking good. We do have a Counter Catcher too, so we can slow stuff down there. So first off, we're going to Gravity Mountain. We're going to Xerosic, just to drop them down a few cards. But I feel like it's better to play a supporter than not play any supporter at all. Kind of, in some instances. In this situation, it's a bit, you know, we're struggling here. So I'm just going to reduce the hand down, and hopefully they can't do much. As you can see, my hand is really dead. This is why it was so important to just, you know, stuff this deck full of supporters. They just help us draw, help us get what we need. Yeah, can't do anything. Nice, we're stalling. There we go, we got Grusha. Well saved. And here we evolve Froslass. So the way I usually do it, I have 2 Bidoofs out and the rest Froslasses. Towards the end we can put an Uxie and you hold Uxie for as long as possible. We got some Buddy Poffins, let's get these out. I'm debating if I want another Beduw just because of our hands, but I think we'll be fine. I think we'll go double Snorunt here. Touch Handheld Fan. I mean, as soon as he knocks us out, we're Counter Catchering anyway, so. And we do have Roxanne in hand when he takes us down to 3 prize cards. Now Froslass is going to put damage counters on anything with an ability. I think we've clawed it back. Glad we got Grusha. Yep, very nice. I'm going to hold Earthen Vessel here depending on my next card. Okay. I'm still going to hold Earthen Vessel here. Sure, I could Ultra Ball getting rid of a Counter Catcher Earthen Vessel, but then we just don't have any outs. Earthen Vessel is also good for a retreat in case something gets bossed forwards. I think we're just going to delay here and just stall out because that's our game. I mean, we can afford to stall, we can afford to take it slow, we don't have to rush things. Unless the win con's around the corner, then maybe we want to rush it. Depends on the situation, again, at the end of the day. My biggest fear is his hand is building up. He's getting a lot of utility going. So I would... I mean, we can't really disrupt until he starts knocking stuff out. Right. I've got options here. I could get rid of this Roxanne and go for double Froslass. I think we get rid of Roxanne here. He's bricking. Okay. This is a little aggressive. But we do have a lot of other supporters in the deck, and this is going to speed up the game, so... We do have Counter Catcher, we do have Earthen Vessel, we do have outs. And it's still going to be quite a slow game, so... We'll go double Froslass here. I suppose I can talk a bit about other matchups. We do really well into Raging Bolt, as pretty much everything in the deck has ability, minus the Raging Bolt. But they have like 3 teal masks, they usually have a Squawkabilly, they usually have a Fez. Without their teal masks, they can't really do anything, it's their engine, so they have to play it. Against Zard, yeah, we can win, but if they get that Pidgeot activated, it is a slow game. Not a slow game, can be a bit problematic. But we do win into it, I have beat it before. say the more difficult matchups are Chaladon, because they can scoop up and mitigating all damage, or they can Turo, mitigating the damage, brings all their energy into the discard and re-evolve Duraludon and just get all the energy back. So we have to play a bit differently against Duraludon. With Duraludon, I'm saying Duraludon, Archaludon, you know what I mean, or I hope you know what I mean. Yeah, they just gave up. That's the game. But with Archaludon, we typically lose it, but it might be more wise, instead of Crushing Hammer and the energy away into the discard pile, we first try and move it onto a relevant Pokemon. So they can't, you know, when they evolve their Archaludon, they can't just get energy back from the discard pile and put it back on our Pokemon. Anyway, that's my quick, short, snappy video on the deck. As you can see, we lock out opponents really quick. Could make a third iteration, but this is it for now. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed the deck.